It is 6:10 Eastern Time. Do you know where your children are? You probably haven't heard that question on the news for decades, if you've heard it at all. But a year of fatal accidents involving teens has local police and other officials fed up. 9 teens have died in automobile crashes in the Wabash Valley in the past 12 months. Speeding is to blame for 7 of those deaths. Now they're pleading with parents to stay connected. In tonight's More to the Story, we found they're going through some pretty sobering lengths. A warning, the images you're about to see may be difficult. Staying calm under pressure. It's what helps John Newman do his job every day.
I can still hear the screams of the mom the last time I delivered the news. One of the last parents I delivered the news to. I mean, it's a scream that you'll never forget.
He's a detective sergeant with the Vigo County Sheriff's Office, but first, he's a father.
You're just constantly reminded this is a kid.
If you look behind him, you'll see 2 very big reasons staying calm on the inside is next to impossible.
Pretty much like pure chaos. I mean, you know, you've got 5 teens in a car, you know, parts scattered all over, debris scattered everywhere, and you've got a teenager trapped in the car.
We continue to follow breaking news this evening. We're learning more about the victim in a deadly car crash.
The girl, Jenna Pirelli, was a student at Terre Haute South Vigo High School. She was in a truck with 4 others. The driver was speeding and lost control. Sergeant Newman was there to respond.
It's rough. It's very rough. You know, not to say it's not rough, you just have to find ways to not think about it.
Months later, this is what's left. Sergeant Newman calls it a truck mangled by speed and inexperience.
There's no need to go that fast in a vehicle, you know, and especially with kids being new drivers, that's a bad combination.
It's a crash that sent shockwaves through the community. Sergeant Newman called it one of the worst he'd seen until
3 months later, I'm working another one.
Breaking news overnight, an investigation is underway after a serious crash in southern Vigo County.
A crash from July. 2 teens died when their car slammed into a tree on French Drive. Mason Kiger and Robert Klaus died in that crash. Another was severely injured. They were also students at Terre Haute South, only teens. Again, speed was a factor, and again, Sergeant Newman was one of the first to show up. This shocking image shows the speedometer stuck.
The aftermath of 130 miles an hour. If you can't recognize what kind of car this was an Impala. You're taking photographs of basically kids, you know, that's been trapped in a vehicle and things like that. And, you know, you change your approach a little bit, but you still have you still have to work the scene.
He says the images won't go away, but he hopes the trend of teen speeding will. It's the reason Sergeant Newman invited us to Absolute Towing in Terre Haute. He's been working with victims' parents, social workers, and law enforcement on a special project, spreading awareness.
We found parts of the engine and parts of the front end of the car scattered into the woods.
They all want you to see these vehicles, barely recognizable. They are gruesome reminders of the real price of speeding.
There's nothing left of it.
It's a visual reminder of the devastation, but Sergeant Newman says it doesn't begin to show the pain of the families who lose it all.
I would rather face a man with a gun than to have to deliver news to a parent that their child had died.
It's the reason he wants parents to stay diligent over their children and for kids to think twice. Sergeant Newman says he's gone to far too many autopsies of children, so he's saying, doing, and showing what he has to drive the message home.
Know what your kids are doing. Know how they're driving their car. You know, that is what I want parents to take away, because I don't want to be the one standing on your doorstep and delivering that news that your child is not here anymore.
Just very difficult images to see there. Well, Newman says one way parents can get involved is through this right behind me. It's called the Life 360 app. It allows parents to know where their kids are at all times. It even tells you which direction they're traveling and how fast they're going. It's available on iTunes and Android, and it's completely free. We have info on our website about it. Newman says he and his group won't stop until these preventable deaths are no more. Stay with us.